Welcome to another episode of Whose Review Matters Anyway, the podcast where the show notes are made up and the reviews don't matter, just like Gotham Knights. Whether you're talking about the show or the game, it just doesn't matter. No one cares about it anymore.
Nobody gives a fuck about that. I don't even give a fuck about that.
I didn't watch the trailer to Gotham, the series Gotham Knights. I didn't know there was a trailer.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I didn't even know that it was being a thing. So I heard awful things about it. Mike, did you get to watch it? Because you're the DC guy.
What, the trailer?
Out?
What, the Gotham Knight trailer for the video game?
No, for the series.
Doesn't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, there's a series? Oh, no, I didn't fucking watch it. I didn't even know there was a series, to be honest with you. Been out of practice, to be honest with you. Actually, you did brought up something that's... I want to rant.
Oh, God. About what?
I need a rant. I need a fucking rant. But let's finish with the Gotham Knight talk.
Well, no, there's nothing else to. I mean, the game doesn't look that great, and in the series, I don't know. I saw a weird clip about, I guess, Bruce Wayne had a daughter, and then Bruce Wayne used to call her his little Robin, and I was like, this is odd and awkward, and I don't like where this is going. But
I mean, he had a daughter with Catwoman. I think her name was
Robin,
Sarah, I believe so.
Sure, I don't know.
Sure, probably, so maybe they're using that timeline. I don't fucking know. Gotham Knight, since the beginning when they first released the trailer for that video game, I've told everybody that I've known that game looked shitty, and everybody thought that I was crazy, I'm out of my mind, I'm fucking picky and all that shit, and literally it has nothing been negative feedback. So...
Okay.
Not interested in Gotham Knight. I'm not interested in none of that bullshit. I am interested in maybe Suicide Squad. That video game looks pretty.
How about that game?
Yeah, I mean, it's Rocksteady. The real team who made the Arkham cities, and unfortunately Arkham Knight. Okay. But and then of course there's another Batman game with a Court of Owls that. It's still in process or whatever, but they're using the story of the Court of Owls, so I'm interested in that as well. Okay, but something that I'm wanting to rant about real quick. It's going to be really quick, listeners, so don't worry. Please don't skip this.
Just do it.
Okay. There has been a huge announcement that Joker 2, it's going to have a continuation. Joker, as in Joker 2 and whatever, and this and that. Okay. Why?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Why not?
It's a fine movie for it to be just one movie.
All right, I'm going to remember this moment because I feel like I'm going to have to start back with this later.
I mean, okay, if the movie comes out and it's fucking phenomenal and then come back and then fucking rip me to pieces.
No. You already fucked up, Mike. Okay.
All right, fine, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what the story's about, so I'm not going to judge it until I know.
I'm glad it was a very short rant.
Listen. No. The reason why I'm fucking annoyed about this is because DC is fucking doing some shit again where since their other universe is a piece of shit and their storyline makes no goddamn sense, they're like, you know what? Let's focus all our attention on somewhere else, and just because Joker made a lot of money, it was a great movie, let's milk the fuck out of it so we can make more money and force them to make a sequel. We don't know what the story is going to be.
Oh boy. All right,
we don't know.
You're telling me people want money? People want money?
Fuck off.
What? I want 50 cents.
I want 50 cents, of course. Of course, but I just don't understand of like Joker didn't give any type of hint for it to have a sequel.
It did.
All. It did not.
Yeah, it did.
It did not.
It ended with him like basically like getting into that, like him actually what is it? I don't know. Like
he started a revolt.
Yeah, and then he's like finally that Joker that we know of. Like that was basically an entire origin story.
It's not. You don't know that. Nobody knows.
I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So
I will know when I watch the second movie.
Of course you'll know. Imagine it's not even him. Imagine it's just I don't know. It's just like he influence a little kid to be the Joker in the future, and this
Oh
is
my
just,
god.
and that's what's gonna piss me off. Is like we already had fucking Gotham, that we had like 3 different Jokers.
Oh, the
That,
TV doesn't count though. No one gives a shit about that series.
but it's almost the same formula though. Like I feel like that's what's going to happen more likely.
Speaking
Now,
of formulas,
Yeah.
get down to what we really got to talk about because we are a bit behind on the times, and we got 3 things to talk about. Luckily, if I not my fault. Luckily, if I'm able to edit this time this weekend, and we are on track for Jurassic World Dominion, because that's going to be our last topic to talk about, and that is this weekend's big blockbuster. We're going to do first a quick little brief discussion about Chip and Dale, because that was something we were planning on talking about a while back. And then we'll follow that up with Top Gun Maverick. And then, of course, like I just said, we'll end it with Jurassic World. Seeing that it is the last movie of that franchise, might as well end it at the end, put it at the last part of this episode. So starting with Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. I was going to go into the song, but I don't know the whole lingo to it. I got my homework pulled up. Assume that everybody saw this movie.
Yes.
Mike did admit that he forgot some of it, which is fine. IMDb.
No, it is not.
IMDb gives Chip and Dale a 7 out of 10.
Interesting.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it an 80%.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now, Ham has been rolling with the high class lately. It's hard for him to get some people back from the day, back from high school.
Especially if it's Disney Plus.
When people were growing up during these times. So unfortunately, he couldn't put the whole crew together, which is why only 76% of his Google users like this movie.
Ooh, I think that's close to one of the lowest ones.
Wait, what was it? 60%?
76.
76.
Yeah, learn your numbers.
Yeah. Okay. This was a movie that I don't think anyone really thought that was going to ever be made. I mean,
it came out of left field, motherfucker.
Definitely. Chip and Dale, voiced by John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. We also got Seth Rogen in here. J.K. Simmons was also in here. Will Arnett also did some voice casting in this one. So it's got a
Keel.
We're gonna keep this one really short. At least try to keep it as short as possible. No more than 10 minutes for this one.
Got it.
I'm just gonna keep. We'll do this not our non-traditional way. I'll just say the card and then just what my thoughts are on the movie, and then whoever wants to go next, and we'll just do it that way. Okay. Initially, I was going to give Chip and Dale a green card, but I just kept thinking back on it, and I just was like, I liked how very I don't know, like it was making fun of itself. And it was a movie that I enjoyed all the little Easter eggs, the cameos. It kind of felt like Ready Player One, where it's like, oh, where's the next cameo? Where's that cameo gonna happen? Who's gonna show up here? And it wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad. I just think it was fine. And so I'm just gonna settle for a yellow card. It is something that I think if you are a big Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers fan, which I definitely was, I grew up with that cartoon, so I was looking forward to this initially. I don't think this would disappoint. I think it's just gonna be okay. I think a lot of the jokes are gonna land. Some of the stuff might be a little over the top if you're not like really quick with like how much it's making fun of like parodies and reboots and like studio involvement and all this other stuff. And then I especially like the end where it's like, oh, why do we need to change the theme song? Or we're gonna get like a pop star singer or whatever that sings it, and then you get Post Malone to sing the theme song, which I thought was funny. I thought it was fine. So I'm just gonna settle for a yellow card, and then whoever wants to go next.
Ham.
Yellow.
Any words?
Any words?
I think it did. The crutch was that there was a, like, sometimes even random, let's say Easter egg or cameo. I think Andy Samberg did well. John Mulaney, being with his whole sarcastic tone, threw me off a little bit. Other than that, it was an okay story. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't bad. It's just middle down the road. Am I gonna watch it again? Probably not. Other than that, I mean, there's some Was I busting out laughing? No, I was more interested in the cameos and the Easter eggs than the actual story. So I think it helped and hurt the movie.
Okay, Mike.
Well, I think I'm the odd one out for sure. I'm going to give this a green card for,
Whoa, cartoon
yeah,
green card.
green
Wow.
card. Yeah, 3D animation green card, baby.
Well, CGI, it's sort of
You know,
whatever.
CGI. I'm not a Chip and Dale's fan at all. I know who they are, but I've never really seen the show. Didn't really care about the show.
Yeah, because you were not born, probably.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true. I was gonna say
I mean, you know, I'm still with the. I'm still young, baby. You know,
This
you
guy
guys are
was
getting.
probably one sucking on a titty.
Oh, hell yeah, baby, on your titty. But you know, I liked it. I don't know. I was smiling from beginning to end. I thought the movie was fun. It was making fun of itself. I like the cameos. I turned off my brain for this one, and I just enjoyed it.
Kind
I
of hard for me.
literally.
Though.
I don't know. I mean, it's. I'm gonna sound like Ham.
Mhm.
It's this is supposed to be sort of a kids movie, but I feel like it's not a kids movie. It was
No,
for
I wouldn't say
more.
that. No, 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 no,
no.
no. I
Even
wouldn't
say
say it for this one.
I'm saying this because it's on Disney Plus,
that is.
right? It's on Disney Plus. I'm just saying that, but this movie is definitely for adults. A lot more for adults.
Isn't
Than,
Punisher on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
we don't talk about that.
Didn't you
So,
say this is more for adults, though? Were you just
oh
this is
yeah,
more for adults?
I feel like it's a lot more for adults. There's a lot
What the?
more
How is it a
jokes.
kids
Well,
movie?
I think.
Wait a
Well,
minute.
okay, again, Ham though. He didn't grow up watching Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Like this is for those people that did grow up watching.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. But he's saying it's also a kids movie, but an adult movie.
I mean, in a way, you can kind of see it that way, right? If this is someone like a child or a parent who's never even known what Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is, like, oh, cartoon chipmunks and what, like, there's a whole bunch of cartoon characters in it. Like, you can kind of say that it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, when the kids see Peter Pan, how the fuck they're gonna explain
Yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, kids, yeah, that's Peter Pan, but like retired. Like, he turned into a fucking gangster. Like, how can
Word.
you explain that? How can you explain that? You know? But I don't know. To me, this movie was fun. It was funny. I like all the cameos, all the people that were in it. Like Seth Rogen threw me off. Him as a dwarf and with the animation of like back then into the 2000s, and like I like the bootleg version of everybody that they did, and towards the end was, I don't know, the movie was fun for me. I had a good time. I literally like was eating popcorn and just watching the movie and enjoying it. I don't know. It was one of those
That's probably
movies
why you
where
gave it the green because you're eating popcorn.
probably maybe I don't know. I probably would have enjoyed it even with a hot dog. Well, I don't know why I mentioned hot dog, but with the hot dog, you know. But it's a green card. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny.
I'm
I
surprised.
thought I don't know.
I'm not like really negatively surprised, but I'm just like, oh, that's interesting that you enjoyed this more than Ham and I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they did do callbacks
Oh,
of
yeah.
Chip and Dale, I sort of, but I just didn't know much about them except for like when they were doing their squeaky voice, and then when they changed to like these adult voices, I'm like, oh, this is interesting, and it was just more of a parody. Like it just reminded me of Roger Rabbit so much,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah, but
I.
Roger Rabbit had a good actual story, I think.
But I don't think this movie really cared about the story. I think it
I
just cared
agree.
about. And I don't know. I think for once, this might sound so stupid. I was looking for a movie just to like kick back and not think really hard.
Well, that's
And
what
this
you can do
movie,
on Disney Plus.
that's what you do on Disney Plus, you know. And this movie did that. Like you don't really need to really pay attention to the story, except for just like look at the cameos. It's making fun of itself. It's making fun of everything else that happened in the world between the 1990s until now. And you know, we got Ugly Sonic, and that shit was horrendous, but it was hilarious. And
Ham, are you applying that statement to movies like Soul and Inside Out and you know, those deep, touching, heartwarming?
Soul wasn't one of the best Pixar. Inside Out. Which one? Oh, well, Inside Out wasn't directly to Disney Plus. And definitely that Red Fox one.
What about
Definitely.
Luca? Lucas?
Uh,
Luca?
uh,
Luca.
that was fine. That was fine. Wouldn't put it in this category. That's for sure.
All right. Well, that's 2 yellows, 1 very surprising green.
Yes.
It's an honorable mention. It was out there.
I recommend it.
Sure. I guess so. I only recommended people that actually grew up watching Rescue Rangers. I mean, you could take a chance at it like Mike did and enjoy it probably more than I would have expected to. All right. Moving on to a much bigger discussion, because this was a movie that was delayed 15 billion years ago. I don't know.
Really?
It was supposed to be released before the pandemic, I thought. And then I think it got delayed. And then the pandemic delayed it like 15,000 times.
Well, that's the thing. There's so many of them now. I don't remember which one was delayed and which one wasn't.
But I will say, though,
Tom Cruise was very adamant about not releasing it to a streaming service first. He really wanted it to be in the theaters.
I'm sure Mission Impossible was the same thing.
I do want to mention, though, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one, because this movie came out last weekend, I think. So I watched it.
No. I think it's been already. This is going to be the third week.
Third weekend? Okay, so 2 weeks ago. I watched it on a Saturday, but the Friday before that was my first time ever watching the first Top Gun. I have never watched the first Top Gun until that day, and following up to this movie. And I thought I was the only one out of the 3 of us that was like that loser out of the club kind of thing. But Ham apparently didn't watch it until just today.
I just saw half of it today.
You didn't even get.
Wait. Hold on. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, I just saw half of it today.
No, both of you guys. I was expecting for both of you guys to be huge fans of the Top Gun.
I was never a fan of Top Gun. I didn't want to see this fucking movie.
Oh my god, I'm in disbelief.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not. I don't know.
We could talk about the first one. We could talk about the first one real quick.
We'll talk about the first one that much. I mean, I liked the first one a lot. When I first watched it, I enjoyed it. It was very campy, very cheesy, but at that time, that's what all the movies were. Like they were just very straightforward, and let's put that one liner here and there that's like a very 90s or early 2000s type of thing to do, and then that's it. I enjoyed the first one a lot, and so I was very much looking forward to the second one afterwards. So I mean, Mike, I'm assuming you liked the first one? No, really?
No.
Wow.
It's so boring. I don't know. Like I had to watch it 3 times.
First one originally.
The first one originally. Like I just didn't. I don't know. It wasn't.
No, but when did you watch it?
So I remember I watched it for the first time when I was like 14. I fell asleep.
Okay.
And then it was on TV one time where I think my cousin was watching it when I was like 22 or 23. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it with you, I guess, or whatever. And then I fell asleep. And then before I went to go watch this one, I was like, okay, I'm going to fully watch Top Gun without falling asleep. It was really hard, but I fully watched it. I fucking don't like the love interest. I don't like the whole cheesy. I mean, that's the 80s, of course. It's all about the cheese. It's all about, all the.
Or was it?
It just doesn't age. It doesn't age well. It's not. I don't know. I don't like it. I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fucking kick ass. For sure. Hell yeah. I'm all about it. But the movie overall, nah, I'm good.
For only watching half of the movie, I'd give the first one. I'd give it a yellow, just for half the movie. So, I'd maybe
that's the first half of the movie too.
Yeah. So I feel like the second half would be better. So it definitely could get bumped to a green.
Yeah, for me, it's a green card because I really. I mean, I wasn't expecting like high end like action. Like, I mean, they were limited at that time, so they did the best.
The last part of the movie is all action.
This one came out in 1986. When did Back to the Future come out?
1985.
So it came out first. It came out first, right? Yeah, it came out first. So Back to the Future was ahead of its time. Way like Phenomenal fucking movie. Top Gun, like, to me, it's just like, I don't know, it wasn't good. I don't know.
But you can't compare the two. Like, they're completely different, like, types of genres. Like,
oh, I can compare Top Gun to Jurassic World Domination.
what?
Domination. Whoa, wrong movie.
only because they came out at the same time ish.
Oh, with the first Jurassic Park?
No, I'm talking about Jurassic World, the whatever, Top Gun, the new one.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, all right. Let's get to the new one then. So, interesting. I did not think that conversation was going to go that way. Top Gun Maverick, of course, starring Tom Cruise. IMDb gives it an 8.6 out of 10.
All right.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 97%.
Whoa.
Because Tom Cruise was so adamant, he called Ham up. Tom Cruise called Ham personally
before the movie
and said, "Ham, don't fuck this up for me.
Yeah,
I need people to go have this experience." And then Ham's like, "But I don't know what to do. We can't. There's the 4DX. There's like the shaking of the things." And he's like, "Ham, you got to do something about this." And so
I didn't want to fuck with Scientology. You know what I mean?
Created a flight box. And so people actually were in a cockpit while they were watching this movie. That's like 97% of Ham's people like this movie.
Ooh, I'm gonna kick some bricks. Oh.
All right, so we'll do our traditional go around with the cards first, and then we'll backtrack as to why we liked or what we liked or disliked about the movie. So starting off with Mike, what card do you give Top Gun Maverick?
Roger that. It's going to be a green card.
Green card. Okay. Ham?
Oh, Mike just got shot down and blew up. I also give it a green card.
Fuck you.
You're dead. I don't know what that was. Ghost?
It's Goose.
Gooster.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I was gonna wait to see how other things played out, but I kept thinking back on it, and you know what? I'm a man of very little regrets, and this is not going to be a regret.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
This is my gold card.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Wow.
This movie was awesome. I have nothing about this movie. There was nothing that I could nitpick. There was nothing that I could like. There was the character development was good. Tom Cruise kept the same personality that he did in the first Top Gun, which I did like.
I think a little bit more cockier, actually.
He was humble.
No. When he's trying to instruct the kids, he was full of himself. But I mean, he is the best, and he's not gonna like take that for granted, especially since he has to train the new recruits. He has to push them to the limits. He had a reason for why he was doing that shit.
Yeah,
and I liked the fact that they brought in a character that I think most people forgot about that was mentioned in the first movie, which was Penny. Penny was mentioned at the bar scene in the first movie where they were talking about like, I guess like the first person he loved or whoever, and was the Admiral's daughter. And so I was like very surprised.
I did remember that part, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
I was very surprised that they brought her in and like I fleshed out her character and the chemistry between them was believable. Like I bought into the story. It just felt natural. And this movie didn't feel very long to me. I think it was like just at 2 hours, if not just slightly longer.
10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, and I was enjoying it from beginning to end. I thought the flight stuff was awesome to watch. The chemistry between all the characters, like between all the actors, was spot on. I like that they really, this was what Force Awakens should have done with Star Wars. Like what Force Awakens was for A New Hope, this is what Top Gun Maverick was for obviously the first Top Gun, but they fleshed it out even more and gave you just like an enhanced version and just better everything. Like it just improved on everything. Story, character, visual effects, like everything was great. And as even though like the ending is very like like it's a happy ending, but they try to like subvert your expectation, I guess, or they try to like make you think something else was going to go wrong. No, they just kind of were like, yeah, you know, everyone's just going to stay alive, and we're going to
Yeah. I saw that.
enjoyable. Like it was just kind of fun to watch their together, and so I want to watch this movie again. I mean, I don't think I'm going to go out to the theaters anytime soon, because especially since we had to watch Jurassic Park, and I'm pretty sure there's something else coming up. But as soon as it hits streaming service, like I'm going to watch this movie again, because I really do like this movie, and I think this is the first movie that I think of this year so far that I can actually say that this is a good like blockbuster hit to go watch, and I'm glad that we had to wait to watch it in theaters, because I don't think you could get that same experience watching it at home if that was your first time doing it. So yeah, I was very happy, and then I like the fact that I got to watch Top Gun for my first time ever before that, and just kind of follow that whole storyline through, and I would recommend people to go ahead and do that too, because I just think that whole experience is awesome. Yep, it's my gold card, and you know I wanted to wait to see what other things coming up were going to play out, but I can't find a single thing I disliked about this movie. So yeah, whoever wants to go next.
Ham, do you want me to go next, or you go?
Yeah, I don't have much to say. Hold on. Motorcycle noises, motorcycle noises, motorcycle noises, motorcycle noises, motorcycle noises. I make really good motorcycle noises. I was trained by Harley and Davidson. Motorcycle noises.
Well, we can barely hear it, so you just might as well keep going.
Well, yeah, I was just doing my motorcycle noises. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's the beginning of the movie, cool as shit. Um, I think it's straightforward. There's not really anything like you have to think about. It is an action movie. Oh, I do also want to say that I went on a Friday and shit was packed, and it was still the third week showing. So I will be interested to see if it surpasses Jurassic in the weekend box office, which would be crazy. But I think there's a lot of nostalgia to this movie, which I think brought out different generations. Tom Cruise, you know, doing Tom Cruise shit, which doesn't really fail most of the times, unless it's that Mummy movie, you know. But Jennifer Connelly was cool. I mean, it kind of was weird because I didn't see the first one, but I guess the two characters, her and her daughter, weren't really in it.
No,
And, they kept saying something about, oh, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years, and I'm like I missed like a web series or like a graphic novel, like talking about it, but
Yeah, it was
whatever.
off screen, of course.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal, so that really didn't really, because I'm like, oh, maybe I just didn't notice or whatever. I like, I mean, Miles, what Tyler? What is his?
Miles Teller.
What?
Miles Teller.
Yeah, he's been good in a bunch of shit. You know, again, except for
Fantastic.
yeah. But he's done great shit. So
I love him in Whiplash.
Oh, everyone loves him. Whiplash. Shit, that's an Oscar movie. I'm sure Danny DeVito. No, he's not in that movie. I'm sure Sal would give that a yellow card because it won a fucking Oscar. But I'm crack here. Jennifer Connelly, cool. What's everyone? Cool. It does. The one thing that it was trying to bait was like, yeah, someone will die, and it never happened. Which I don't think it was a bad thing. It's just maybe they try to like strained the fact that it was gonna happen, but that's fine. And when Sal was saying about, I did feel like for a moment it was taking a little too long for just one little slight moment, but that could be because I was trying to do something after the fact. So, shit was cool. Saw some cool shit. Heard some cool shit. Heard some fat shit. Saw some fat shit. Fat shit. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Gold card. Woo. But all right, it's gonna be a special episode.
All right. I'm going to agree with Sal for sure. Honestly, I think I said the same thing with Doctor Strange, but what I love about this movie is that it's not a superhero movie. It's not any of that title, right? It's not anything of like what everybody's so used to now these days. You know, if it's because everything now it's like a superhero movie is a superhero title, and you know, there's like Hitman's, there's John Wick, there's this and that. This movie, it's its own thing in my opinion, and I think this movie is literally perfect. There's nothing for me to really complain about except for just to tell everybody go watch it because I saw it last week and it was a sold out screen. And there's not a lot of there's no like I don't know what CGI because everything was just real. Everything was real and it was so intense. The characters are great. The action scenes are great. I think the ending you guys said that it sort of like play it safe. It sort of did, but it still gave you that like intense moment of like, holy fuck, is Tom Cruise gonna die?
Oh,
Or
definitely,
is
definitely.
this guy gonna die? Are
Yeah.
these people gonna die? Holy fuck. Like it's just it gives you like the edge of your seat. The action scenes are great. And I honestly will say like I gave my gold card to Batman. Okay, because I think of course
I'm
like
Batman.
that movie for me was phenomenal, and I'm glad that Sal gave this a gold card
I'm
because
a gold card.
I will I honestly after I finished watching this movie figured I was like if Sal doesn't give this a movie a gold card I don't know what other movie this year are going to get a gold card because I honestly think this is the movie of the year. Besides my gold card, me thinking that Batman is the movie of the year, I think literally this movie is movie of the year.
I might agree.
You know, so
This movie reminded me a lot of fuck, I forgot the official title. I'm sure it's something pretty simple, but it's the Coast Guard movie with Ashton Kutcher and Kevin Costner.
Oh,
or the Guardian.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
which I really like that movie. Ham doesn't sound like
yeah.
you. I really like
No,
that
I
movie.
like that one. I like that one.
It
Kind
was
of
good.
reminded me kind of similar to that same extent where you got the old veteran coming in to be an instructor and trying to train the new crew about like it's not just routine procedures. You got to go into the emotions of it, and so that's why I really resonated with this one. I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
this is awesome. Like this was just so much fun to watch, and I'm glad that they kept the same introduction. When it was literally one for one the same exact intro to the first Top
Yeah,
Gun.
I did see that
Yeah, that
part.
was cool.
And this is what the first was it called Ham re-sequel or whatever that actually succeeds.
Sorry, say that again.
This is like you call these movies what, re-sequels? Is that how it's pronounced? Is that how
Sort of, yeah. It's like a legacy sequel,
legacy sequel? This is one that actually succeeds.
which is which is the only one
Yeah,
that I've talked about in recent times that actually blew out the first one out of the water.
yeah. So yeah, gold card for sure. Definitely earns the same. And Mike, I feel like every movie we ever come across, you're like, man, if I didn't give my gold card to Batman, I would have given it to this.
No. It was Batman, of course, and
Every
then I said Doctor Strange,
and then Doctor
and
Strange.
then this one. So 3 movies.
So what with Batman, Doctor Strange, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then this.
No,
Yes, you said that you
Oh,
would
that
have
was me.
gold
That
card.
was me.
no, that was him.
You both have the same lines.
Jesus Christ! No. I honestly I wouldn't. No, hell no. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Doesn't
So
even look at the gold.
recommendations all across the board. 2
Hell
green,
yeah.
gold. Finally, I give my gold to a movie. Yeah, go check it out. Definitely worth watching in theaters. And I'm curious how the actual 4D box or 4DX or whatever, the seats moving. I wonder how that all plays out.
Okay, so I've got
Yeah.
a real quick thing about that, and I'm not sure if it was for Jurassic Park or for Top Gun, but just to let you know, the theater that I always go to, they were double booking the 4DX or whatever,
Oh shit.
which I don't know what that was all about, and it wasn't just that day, it was the day before as well. 2 days in a row, they were double booking that like it was a fucking flight. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
We wanted to keep the as possible.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
when I went to go see Top Gun, the 4DX was sold out.
I
Okay.
would.
Yeah, so I actually want to go see this movie in 4D.
Interesting.
All right. So before we move on to the next movie, Ham and I have to explain something. So Mike keeps fucking up on this game that Ham and I have been playing since the beginning of time.
Yes.
And he doesn't seem to understand, so we're going to explain this to Mike, and we encourage the rest of you to play. It's very simple. It's not like the biggest thing in the world, but it's just kind of funny when it happens. So Ham and I don't remember what the first movie we did it for, but I feel like it was a Marvel movie we did it for. Ham and I, before we watch a movie, we always state what we expect to happen but not happen.
Yeah.
So like something that's can be believable, but most likely will not, because it will kind of be silly or dumb to actually for it to happen.
Yeah.
So, for example, in this one for Top Gun Maverick, I had just said I better not see a goose, because we had a character in the first movie whose name was Goose, and we knew that the son was coming into this movie whose name was Rooster, and so this movie could have been that whole stupid like, oh, there's a goose in the background, or there's a goose statue. Remember Goose? We remember Goose because he was a character in the first movie. So that's why I said that. Ham, what did you say for what it was yours again?
I don't know, because I didn't see it, so I maybe did not give one out.
No,
I
you
don't think.
definitely did.
We can check on the records, but I know I did one for this Jurassic. So
But I got on Mike's case because he said I better not see a jet.
yeah.
Of course you're gonna see a fucking jet. That's what the movie is contains. It contains.
You know what? That's the reason I almost gave it a red card, because I saw a jet. I said, "Fuck this movie, I'm out."
I do remember for Far From Home, I think Ham said I better not see J. Jonah Jameson, and so when the post credit scene happened, I was like, "Oh, he fucked up."
Yeah.
So,
That means I win.
yeah. So I think there was one Marvel movie we watched. We were like, "Oh, we better not see Wolverine," and I think Wolverine ended up being a cameo in that movie. I'm pretty sure that happened, but
Oh,
yeah,
First Class.
maybe, I don't know. But that's how you played the game. You say something that
It's not going to happen, or you guess it's not going to happen.
but it could happen.
But I
not
did that for Jurassic Park. I mean, Jurassic World.
right for Dominion. I said I better not see Vince Vaughn. Well, because Vince Vaughn played Nick Van Owen, who was in Jurassic Park 2.
Also,
So,
he's dead.
no,
Did
he
He
left.
dead.
No, he
he
didn't.
died?
I thought he
No,
died.
no, he escaped.
You
We
sure?
just never saw him. We never saw him in the city. He escaped.
I thought he died.
No, the other guy I think died because there was four. There was Malcolm, and then there was his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and then there was like the two other people. One of them Vince Vaughn, and I forgot who the other guy was. The other guy did die. He got eaten by a T-Rex, but not Nick Van Owen, not Vince Vaughn.
All right. It's been a while.
Anyway,
But I mean, technically, we didn't see him again, so.
yeah. So, and then Ham's thing was I better not see Amber, which I think kind of was like, I don't know. That would have
Which
been.
one was Amber?
That was risky.
Oh, well, no, I heard about it though. Did you guys hear about the Amber Heard?
Oh, what?
Gotcha.
He was talking about Amber, like the thing that the fucking mosquito was in.
I know. I just really wanted to do a bad joke. All right, what's a bad joke? And we did see the Amber in the that guy's office.
Did we? Okay, I wasn't
Yes.
sure. I don't remember if we actually did see Amber or not.
Yeah, I think it was the Rock right there in the guy's office when he was talking. Or no. It was Dr. Grant's tent office. It was the first thing closest to him when he's talking to Dr. Sadler.
Mike, what did you say for this?
I said, better not see Clever Girl.
That doesn't make any sense though. Like, you better not see a Velociraptor. Is that what you're saying?
No, the same Velociraptor, the same one. Clever Girl, the same one. The same raptor.
Nobody said clever girl, I guess.
No, they did.
Did they?
No, they didn't.
What? They didn't?
Dominion? They didn't.
Warned that they used those two words. Like,
Mm-mm.
Okay, anyway, all right, whatever.
Either way.
Let's get talking about this movie, Jurassic World Dominion. We're all fans of Jurassic Park. I know Mike, out of all of us though, was the most excited for this one because that's just one of your top ones, right? Just Jurassic Park in general is one of your top franchises.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so have I. Yeah.
Me too.
So, Rotten Tomatoes gives Jurassic World Dominion a 31%.
Jesus Christ. It went down even more.
God damn.
IMDb gives it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, that's still better.
Damn, it went down again?
Metacritic 37%.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know. I don't trust Metacritic.
Now, in order to get people into the seats, right? Because I'm sure people are feeling some sort of dinosaur fatigue. Ham spared no expense, had an open bar. He dressed up as John Hammond. He was giving out free dynamite marshmallows to everybody.
Please be him for Halloween.
Which is kind of what helped 85% of his Google users like in this movie.
Damn, was I that drunk? How many drinks did I buy? 85%. God damn, all right.
Yeah,
Damn.
You spared no expense.
That was some good ass drinks that you sold. The fuck?
So returning cast, obviously, I mean, this is your legacy cast, and then your current cast, whatever you want to call them: Sam Neill, Lauren Dern, Jeff Goldblum. Then you got Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt, and then a bunch of new people in this movie. I hope this conversation isn't going to be argumentative. It all comes down to Mike, really.
Yeah, always.
So, starting with the tradition of giving our cards and then circling back around. Mike, what card do you give Jurassic World Dominion?
Oh my God. To be honest with you guys, I don't fucking even know.
Whoa!
I don't know.
Whoa!
I don't know.
Gut instinct.
Gun to your head.
When you finished watching the movie,
how did you feel?
Fucking disappointed.
All right, then that sounds like a red to me.
It's. I didn't want it to. I after leaving the movie theater, I didn't. Well, I was like, I don't want to give this a red because like, I was waiting for this movie. I was like dying for this movie to come out. And I waited for this shit.
So red.
It's a fucking red. Fuck it. Like it's a red. I don't know how any of you guys can convince me to give it a yellow.
I'm not.
It's a fucking red. Honestly, man. I wish I could grab my Becky card and just fucking stamp and just put it on this movie.
No.
Ham.
I mean,
don't just get to the red. All right.
Just get to the fucking red.
I don't want to give it a red, I think.
Why?
Why?
I think I should give it a
You've been
I think it's okay for a yellow. I mean,
no.
Eyes on me. Ham, eyes on me.
You can't see him, but he's got his hand up. He's got his hand up.
Right now, I'm gonna leave it as a yellow. All right.
Oh my God, this is a red card. There's no argument here. This is a stupid movie. Like, this is literally opposite of what you want for the ending of a beautiful franchise. Like,
that's true though. That's true. I think it equals maybe Dominion. I don't know if it to the second one, whatever that shit was called.
Was kind of interesting for me though, because at least, yeah, I know Mike didn't like the politics behind it, the auctioning and all that, but at least it was getting interesting, and it was very focused still on the dinosaurs and their well-being. Yeah. And this was such a cool setup. You had something awesome here where we had dinosaurs that would roam around in the city, and it's kind of, you did like a quick montage of what that would have looked like in the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then you're like, you know what? Let's just stick to this whole island story that we've been doing ever since the first Jurassic Park.
Well, blame that for Mike because he's an island boy, but
but this movie had so many weird things in it. The only two positives I can say, Jeff Goldblum still being Jeff Goldblum. Still
So,
love Jeff Goldblum.
okay, so I was talking with Aaron, and we did agree that there's a lot of what do you call it, scenarios or situations that are way too easily whatever connecting or happening.
Like
That
such as a coincidence, like this is
yeah,
there.
It's
yeah,
just
that was really bad.
But okay, so again, positive. Jeff Goldblum, the whole shirt thing, the awkward shirt thing was funny. The "Go Faster" line was. I was like, I chuckled. I was like, "Ha!"
Yeah. But that was
And then just
far
like
few and
Jeff Goldblum was just great. And then the other thing, I like seeing Justice Smith back. I was like, oh, I was not expecting you to be back here, but hey, you're back, and you actually do better than most of the fucking movie. So I was like, I appreciate you at least, kind of bringing your character somewhere else, knowing that this movie was shit, and you're like, how am I gonna write myself out of this one? There you go. You got yourself a new job that you only needed a cameo for, and that was it. So kudos to you, Justice Smith. Where's the Touch Pikachu 2, by the way?
All right.
Anyway,
Let's just say I will flip to a red if I have to.
this movie had the worst editing out of this movie did the same stupid shit that Camp Cretaceous did its last season, where we forced so many stupid, dangerous situations that it just stopped being believable.
Also, hold on. Before you finish that, I think I did like Camp Cretaceous better than this, though. I say that at least.
I'm not saying much either. But
I'm saying the whole series or the last season. I just don't know.
The last season.
I don't know why it took me this long to this was the straw that broke it, but the scene where they're getting they're at that stupid, I don't know, facility, and I'm gonna call it Gigantosaurus because I'm not gonna pronounce it the other way.
Was it Gigasaurus?
Comes and then was about to eat the girl, right?
Yeah.
But he gets the cage, and there's still like three. I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt and say there was three characters left over by that car. So this dinosaur grabs and rips the cage out, and in the split second, all of a sudden, everyone is up on the facility.
Physics.
Oh my god! I was literally going to bring that up. Like this.
And he says, but that's not the first time it does it. It happens every fucking time where it's like, how did you get from here to there when you shouldn't have? And plus the whole, him being in the iceberg, right? They're on the ice, he cracks, it cracks, Chris Pratt's character is drowning.
Yeah, falls in the water.
Dinosaur, I'm sorry. No, nothing is faster than these fucking dinosaurs. You cannot outrun a dinosaur on a fucking rooftop.
That's true. Rooftop.
Sense. This movie was so stupid.
Whoa! But there is some science behind this, some backstory. She did outrun a T-Rex in heels, so she could outrun anything in regular shoes, I assume.
But Chris Pratt struggling to do it on a motorcycle like this?
No, that's a joke, of course. But yes, he could barely outrun a raptor with a fucking motorbike, whereas she is on foot running away from it.
Introduce a handful of new characters.
What a handful, though. What? It's not a big handful.
These characters I don't care about these characters. So you have that really sketchy lady that was doing the trade in between.
Yeah, but it wasn't a big.
Why do we have to go all the way out to another fucking country just to go back to the U.S.? Like this, what? Okay, whatever. I'm over that one.
Those are very side characters.
Anyway,
all right?
Like you have that, and then you have the pilot who has no connection to anything. And
she did. She saw the girl for a
not have a connection to any legacy characters, but you also don't do anything enough to justify me wanting to her to survive. I was like, you know what? Are you dying in this scene? Are you dying in this scene? Like, when are you gonna die? Because I just don't want you around anymore. You're kind of a little annoying at this point. And then there was a weird moment. And when they got into we've totally forgot about spoilers. Sorry, people. This movie's not worth watching.
Spoiler, yeah, that's true. I guess.
But
fuck them spoilers.
Moment when they finally get on the final helicopter at the end, and her and the other guy, the guy that was sabotaging Dodgson this entire time, they had a weird look at each other. They were like, "Hey, yeah, okay, all right." I'm like, why did you do that? You guys have no chemistry. You guys have no past scenes that makes me think that you guys are, I don't know, not necessarily a romantic relationship, but even have any sort of I don't know, like build up to each other. It's like, why did you guys look at each other like that? And why did we just waste 2 seconds of screen time on you two? Like, this was so pointless. And that's what I felt like for a lot of this movie. And the whole Dodgson character, I'm stupid because I did not realize that was Dodgson from the first fucking movie until we got like near the end of the movie. I was like, oh, it's this act. Who the fuck cares about you? Why are you the villain? Are we just purposely putting you in here because you're just like a callback? Doesn't feel like you're worth it, but whatever. I guess you were cheap enough to get into this movie.
Well,
and then,
I think
the Barbasol can, but what purpose does the Barbasol can do? Like, I thought the movie was gonna start with the Barbasol can, and that's how we get this new dinosaur whole parade or whatever. Nope, nothing.
So wait, real quick, I saw something online. Are you talking about this was the guy talking to
Ned? Isn't it the guy that talks to Ned?
Yeah. So the reason why they used a different character, which I saw, was because the original actor, the original movie, got arrested for underage shit.
Well, that's weird, but that's not what I was getting to, though. I just didn't think they needed to bring up this character again.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, it just seems so off-putting and just I hated this movie. Now, talking about it, at first I was like, no, I'm just disappointed, just like Mike. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I just didn't like it. Nothing excited me. Not even the dinosaurs. The action scenes were just kind of dumb at this point. This seemed like a CGI fuckfest. Just to seem like, here's Universal showing off how much CGI they can pull off, which I don't care about that. That's not what Jurassic Park was to me. So I'm done ranting. I can go on, but go whoever's going to go next.
I'll go next because like Ham is going to talk about like what he liked and everything, and let me try to get my thoughts together.
Oh, well, then let me go first.
Fuck you.
No, real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a red. I don't care.
Really, just like that?
Just like that.
But like, why? Like, I mean, why did you think it deserves a yellow? Okay, so I think he's in a rush, but I'll go right now.
Not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So one of I think the biggest thing for me for this movie is definitely just the fucking story alone. It's so stupid. It's split into two different things. You have the old cast, the Alan Grant, Ian, and whatever, and then you have Owen and his redhead girlfriend and the clone girl, right? One of the things that I just didn't understand on this movie of how they were trying to do two different stories, I feel like, and it just didn't fucking nothing in this movie worked out. Nothing. I don't know about you guys, the acting was horrendous in this movie. The CGI was so fucking bad. The dinosaurs were not exciting at all. Like the whole black market of the dinosaur things when they were there, I don't know why I thought about Star Wars. Like, right, you know what I mean? Like it just didn't nothing felt original, nothing felt like with heart. It was just more of just like, well, we're gonna make big money because it's Jurassic Park. So let's just make whatever as we go. Whatever, you know what? Let's add this right here. Let's add this girl running away from a raptor and then him getting chased by a motorcycle and these raptors are able to catch up to him and shit like that, right? And adding so much characters and new characters into this movie, thinking that we care. In the end, I just end up hating everybody. Like I don't know. I'll just say this. I'll just say this because I agree everything what Sal said and everything. I'll just say this: adding the three original people in this movie, it's like buying a DLC for a game of just having their costumes in the game, but all their personalities are not in this movie, just how it was in the original movie. Does that make any sense?
Kind
A
of.
little bit, yeah.
Right? Anybody was able to play their part. I think anybody. Of course, they did a little references, a little jokes, and this and that, blah blah. But it was a miss. Like nothing was funny, nothing was interesting, nothing was intense. Like this dinosaur in the end saw these people climb up a ladder and just stood there. Like it makes no fucking sense. And then of course, like Blue's baby, like I think they completely forgot about that baby, and they were like, "Oh shit, you know what? That's another part that we had to put. We forgot about. So let's just record a bad CGI raptor and let this girl say, hey, eyes on me.' And this baby and this fucking raptor is just gonna look at her like, huh?
Mm.
Like nothing works. Like what Fallen Kingdom was trying to set up is like, how is human going to adapt now that all the dinosaurs are out there? This movie just shits on it and be like, yeah, everybody's used to them.
Yeah.
Now we live with dinosaurs.
And it ended right where it just started. Like it was like pointless. Like the entire movie just felt pointless because we're just back to square one with like dinosaurs roaming with people again.
Yeah, for real. And then everything else, like we didn't get the prequel of that little scene of like how dinosaurs used to be back in the day. You guys remember that? How they released that teaser trailer?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like the 5 minutes of the movie.
I
We
think
didn't.
that's supposed to show CGI. That's why I said this whole thing was just CGI fuckfest because like that's all I think they were trying to do. Like they were just showing off how much they can put dinosaurs into a real world setting.
Yeah. And then I don't know. This movie was so messy. It just didn't know what they wanted to do. Um, I just felt like nobody really cared about this project except for just, hey, let's just finish it. Let's just grab some money and just bounce. Fuck it. Because there was nothing in this movie that gave you any satisfaction of just like, well, they fucked it up. People bash Jurassic Park 3. It's a bad movie, but it's fun to watch. This movie, it's neither of that. It's not fun to watch. It's not enjoyable. Nothing in this movie makes any fucking goddamn sense.
Yeah. Like I mean, they tried to, but you know.
I don't know. It's a red card. I don't recommend this movie. Anybody who's a big Jurassic Park fan, just end it with Fallen Kingdom, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'd say with Jurassic World.
yeah,
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, just
Yeah.
Jurassic World.
Movie just ruins this entire trilogy. Then that's sad.
Yeah.
It is fucking sad. Fuck everybody
All
who
right.
made this.
Red cards. Hey, we agreed on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trick
On
Hat.
2 things today.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. The stars are aligning.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. Mike, do that thing you're supposed to do.
Hey guys, follow us on WRMA Cast on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Write us an email on drunkcop.ateacher@gmail.com. And Han will write to you about all the motorcycle noises that he can make.
That was beautiful. That's top visual effects and sound right there.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what movie this was the movie that came out this weekend, so I don't know. I mean, next week we could talk about the Summer Games Fest. I mean, there were some games shown off already. The Xbox Bethesda showcase is happening. So
Lightyear's coming up.
Yeah.
That's next weekend though.
Yeah, we won't make it to that, but we also maybe could watch
The 17.
the other movie
17
on Netflix. But who knows? Who knows?
We're on Netflix.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay. All right. It'll be a mystery again.
Yeah.
Any final words, gentlemen?
Stay safe out there, people.
Good luck and have fun.